What up, though, Prowl Nation? Welcome back to another Field Review podcast show. Still trying to work out the particulars for my intro. Man, it's a lot of news. A lot of news, directly and indirectly, that I think have huge impact on the Detroit Lions. And I've tried to navigate around this in a way that makes sense. But to be truthful with you, the only way you can make sense out of it is to actually view it for what it is. And that is that some things have happened that is going to 100% affect the Detroit Lions. It just is what it is. No matter how we try to slice it or how we try to put it. But today is guaranteed to be a good show. I hope you all had a very good weekend. I hope that it has been what's the word I want to use for this particular? I hope it has been a weekend that was filled with joy. Let me put it that way. So let me go through and see who we got in the chat. We got One Pride 40, Steve-O. We got Joey 2 times, Sports Gamer, C. Perry, Don Burr. Keep it going down. Let me keep going. Jack Frost, Sean Jennings, Stephen Westbrook, Izzy77, Don 19, Dr. Detroit, James Willis. Let me see. Make sure I ain't missing nobody. If I am, I apologize. I will catch you as I'm going through this show. First big news, people, is we have a trade. I know, crazy, right? But it's not a trade for the Detroit Lions. In fact, it's a trade from the Jets with the Panthers, a team that I thought could be trying to jump ahead to get the quarterback. But this is what happened when you have pressure on pipes. And this one right here said, they're trying to aim for a diamond, but the pressure bust, and they made a move that I can't kill them for. So if you have not heard yet, the New York Jets have traded quarterback Sam Darnold to the Panthers in exchange for 3 draft picks. Here are your 3 draft picks. A 6th-round pick in this year's draft. Yes, a 6th-round pick in this year's draft. A 2nd and 4th-round pick in next year's draft. Well, all right. This opens up the door for a lot of things, and we got to talk about what this means for the Lions. There's no way of getting around the impact that this will have on the Lions. And the first thing that I'm going to notice when it comes to the impact of this is, what are you guys thinking? That's the first thing, because it's intriguing to me, to say the least. Oh, let me go back. So I posted on my community page that the Detroit Lions waive Kevin Strong, which is something that I saw pop up on Twitter from Ian Rappaport. And then somebody was like, they couldn't see it, which I think it was Joey 2 times and like Don Donna was. So I went back to go and take a screenshot of the report, and it's gone. It's just gone. So I said, okay, I got to delete this. So my apologies to Kevin Strong, even though I think that cut is still coming. My apologies to him. I went by Ian Rappaport's tweet, and I guess he was mistaken too, and he took the shit down. So it's not there no more. I need to start screenshotting those. That's usually what I do, is screenshot the tweets, but I decided to do something a little bit more colorful and do it. Anyway, let me get back into this. Here are some things that I think that this trade, how this trade affects the Lions. The first thing is this: it creates more pressure for other teams to get a quarterback. Now, you may be saying, Luke, how does that happen? Okay. But the truth is this. It happens because if Darnold is gone, that means that you're going to see Lawrence 1, Zach Wilson 2, probably Mac Jones 3. And then you're talking at 4. This is another thing I got to jump into on another topic. At 4, we might have some problems. So you still are lined up at this point for 2 of the top quarterbacks to possibly fall at 7. And your options for teams who need quarterbacks are Saints, who might be okay with Kyle Trask, are the Washington football team, who I'm pretty sure want a quarterback. And then you have New England, who wants a quarterback, and Denver, who wants a quarterback. And so now you have three teams that's going to be positioned for a quarterback. Now, if for some reason, like Buff Duff says that, Fields should be 3, if Fields go 3 and Zach Wilson, see, this is the problem. I think Zach Wilson would be 2. If Fields is 3, you're still talking about Trey Lance, Mac Jones sliding to you. And now you got to create trade bait. And the issue is this. This is better for us if we're talking trade. But then there's the other side of it that I got to look at. See, there's two sides to a coin. The second side of it is the Lions may actually be stuck at 7. They may actually be stuck at 7 and forced to make to select whoever is there. Like it just is what it is. They may be forced to just do it. And then that comes to be another complex situation because now with you getting 3 or 4 of the quarterbacks off the board, as the quarterbacks start to slide down this board, you start to see that there's probably a good chance that, we may have to make a decision that's going to make sense. And to me, this is a third point that brought it to my attention, which is the need for a receiver will die because of this. And the reason for that is because the receiver class is so damn deep. You wouldn't even need to take a receiver at 7 no more because these players are going to be falling. Why? Because teams are trying to get their quarterback. And so that's the other part of it. Here's the other part of it. People forget this, and I don't know why they do, but they do. The Panthers still have Teddy Bridgewater. And so now the Panthers have room to now argue, yeah, we want to trade back. Which again freezes the Lions in their tracks. Because if a team now decides, well, we'll trade with Carolina because we can now get a quarterback replacement in the 8th pick, now we may have a problem. And then you got to look at this other part of it. This is the most important part of it right here. Do the Lions really want to trade back at this point? Seriously. Do you really want to trade back at this point? Because there's a good chance. There's a very good chance that Penny Sewell might actually fall. Slater going to definitely be there, but Sewell is going to be there. Dr. Detroit says San Francisco loves Lance, Luke. They are in love. Okay, if that's the case, good for them. So if you're telling me Lance is gone, I still got 2 of the top quarterbacks falling towards my position with 3 teams who need a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? I'm just pointing out to you that this trade moves so many things. This trade has more impact because it's coming late. But that brings me to my next topic because this also was reported today that the Falcons have been in contact with a number of teams to trade out of that pick at 4. And so now we got another problem, people, because if the Falcons now trade out of that pick at 4 to a team like, say, Denver or a team like, say, New England or something like that, and then now you got a 4th quarterback coming off the board, you're talking about 1 quarterback remaining. And do you have enough teams who value the last remaining quarterback? Now, if somehow, some strange way, that last quarterback that's remaining is Zach Wilson, which I do not believe that to be the case, but let's just say that is. Now you got to ask yourself, as a team, a guy who I know the Lions love, they're not passing on him. And now at that point, I think if Zach Wilson falls at 7, they're going to take Zach Wilson. 100%. But that's only if the trade happens in such a way where a team trades up to 4. But these teams are not trading up to 4 for not taking a quarterback. And so at this point, you look at this, and the Lions, and this is why if y'all been listening to me long enough, I've been saying if you stuck at 7, that everybody wants to trade out. But if you're stuck at 7, because to me, the one thing I know for a fact is we pick at 7. I don't know for a fact that we're going to get traded out. But if you stuck at 7, now you got to start to look at who can you realistically take. And if you, for any reason, decide that you're going to take a guy like Jamar Chase or Devontae Smith or any receiver at 7, with the way that this draft is shifting and pushing receivers down the board, you're fooling yourself. You're just fooling yourself. And so to me, we got to now look at the fact that the trade has happened. The Falcons are in contact with other teams who are trying to trade up. And at this point, what we need to do is be focusing on what is the number one move that the Lions can make that, 1, makes the most sense, 2, sets them up for years to come, 3, help them immediately this year, and 4, this is the most important one of all time, or 4, it's the most important one. It not only aids the quarterback, but it aids the team in such a way that allows for this team to do what it is that they want to do on offense. If you go through that whole process, there are only 2 players that fit that mode at 7, and they're not receiver. They're not a quarterback. They're not a defensive player. What do you do at 7 if you are the Detroit Lions and now all of a sudden 4 of the 5 top quarterbacks are off the board, with you sitting up there with a chance with 1 left on the board? Some teams might call your bluff and say, okay, let's see what you do. Right? We got to be able to look at this now and say, this done been shook up. Teams are panicking. I remember when the Panthers got Teddy Bridgewater, and I was like, oh, Teddy's stupid. I would have stayed my butt. I mean, I get it for Teddy purposes. He want to get the money, but I would have stayed my butt in New Orleans if I was Teddy. Right? But I remember watching Teddy in New Orleans, and I still wasn't impressed. I just wasn't. And I remember feeling like he's just so underwhelming. And yeah, here come new head coaches coming in, and they decided to hitch their wagon to him, and they quickly realized this was a mistake. But here's the other part of it that this trade makes special. This is the most important part of it. What this trade does is it sets it up that now there is no way possible the Lions can mess this draft up for this first pick. I know this sounds crazy, right? There is no way possible that the Lions can mess this first pick up. We already know they're not taking the D in. We don't even got to worry about that. They're not taking the D tackle. We don't got to worry about that. But if they decide to go with Parsons, if they decide to go receiver, if they decide to go quarterback, at this point, they really can't mess it up. There is zero chance for you to F this up. There's just no way. And the sad part is 9 times out of 10, teams are going to come a knocking because there are going to be players that they're waiting to get to them. We can even see a scenario where a team like Dallas trades up for like Kyle Pitts because he don't slid to 9. We can see a scenario where the top 2-3 tackles are there at 7, all because the Panthers decided I'm not even going to chance it no more with no rookie. People don't realize this, but Sam Darnold was in the same boat as Stafford. Went to a terrible team who put nothing around him and let him get beat up. And it's a shame. It's a damn shame. Because 9 times out of 10, if you just support the quarterback in a way where they don't have to be the savior, you probably win more games. You probably get more chances. You probably take more opportunities. So, you know, this is where we are right now. We cannot keep doing this. Now, that's another piece of this puzzle, because it's also come out that the 49ers clearly put Jimmy Garoppolo on the trade block. The problem is they're asking for a first-round pick for Jimmy Garoppolo. And there's quite a few people in here who I remember personally saying was that Jimmy Garoppolo was better and done more than Matthew Stafford. And they can't even unload this dude. Okay. So, but how can this still affect the Lions? Because now, if a team like Washington, if a team like the Saints, Denver, hell, Atlanta, one of these teams decide, like, hey, I'll take my shot with them. You create another hole, that a team don't have to fill no more. In other words, if for some reason Denver decides Jimmy Garoppolo is the answer, they go a trade partner out the door. If somehow New England calls up San Francisco and say, hey, this is the answer, and we're going to give you a third, even though they gave up more to get them, another trade partner's out the door. Each move now at this point, to me, points to us having to just accept the fact that we're making a pick at 7. Or we got offered something so crazy that it was no choice but us to move down from 7 to like 19. I'm just saying. So the situation is getting more and more clear. It's getting more and more clear as we speak. And the pressure is on our front office. This front office that look like the part to get it right. They have to get it right. Because if you get Atlanta trading down, you're stuck at 7. Atlanta is the final nail in the coffin. You're stuck at that 7. The benefit of it is you're probably going to get one of the top tackles there. You're probably going to get every receiver from 1 to whatever at 7. You're going to have all those options. The thing is when I look at the trades that have been made, the Lions still, in my opinion, have had the best trade of all of these teams. By far, the best trade of all of these teams. I mean, Sam Darnold netted you a 2nd, a 4th, and a 6th. And we got 2 firsts, a 3rd, and a quarterback replacement. Right? And if you just look at it from this standpoint, we are about to be in a position to get easily half the players that we coveted as fans. There's no way for them to F this up. It's just no way. Now, to kind of, let me see if I can bring this up. Let me see if I can bring it up. If I can, it'll stick. I want to hit on the earlier stuff first, so we can have it. But I saw this graph today, and the graph, in my opinion, was proof positive on what the Detroit Lions have to do. And it was clear to me that this graph was meant to serve as a cautionary tale of truth. And let's see if it show up on the screen. Let's see. And if it don't, I'm going to have to figure out another way to do it. Oh, wait. Let me remove that. That's the wrong spot to put it. All right. If they show up on the screen, we're going to get this thing popping. I want y'all to see this because I really think that this makes a difference. And I think that the message that this person was sending when he did this was clear as day. So let me get this off the screen. Hold on, good people. I think Atlanta wants Fields. I think they want a quarterback replacement too. But if you get 4 quarterbacks taken back to back, boy, oh boy, I tell you, we're taking our pick. All right, I want y'all to look at this real long and hard. So this came from a Bengals writer who says option A, and if you pay attention to option A, there is Joe Burrow, Sewell, and then it has the receiver as anybody. And then it says option B, and it got Joe Burrow getting destroyed, anybody at the offensive line, and Jamar Chase at receiver. And you can swap that out for Pitts or Chase, however you want to do it, but I want you to pay attention to the diagram because I think that this diagram is so freaking telling. So let's just have a little fun with it, people. Because I know a lot of y'all won't Jamar Chase. I think Jamar Chase is the best receiver in this draft, right? But I think that this draft is so deep at receiver, it don't make no sense. I know a lot of y'all want Parsons. I know a lot of y'all want all these other people, but let's just look at this diagram. And I want you to swap out Joe Burrow and put Goff, Sewell, and anybody for option A. And for option B, I want you to put Goff, Stafford, John Kitna, Charlie Batch, Joey Harrington, Sean Hill, Dante Culpepper, Jeff Garcia. I want you to keep listing every quarterback that you want who did not have a damn offensive lineman in front of the block. And then for the receivers, I want you to put Calvin Johnson, Herman Moore, Johnny Morton, right? I want you to put Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders. Charles Sanders. I want you to put all the best people up there. And I want you to pay close attention to this. Okay? All right? Now, Buffalo says, I keep telling y'all Slater's a better pick than Sewell. I just listen. What the point that this diagram is showing, is when you have protection, your quarterback can throw the ball to anybody. But when you have anybody trying to block for your quarterback to throw the ball to your top receiver, it's probably not going to go well. Y'all don't think that the Kansas City Chiefs realized that they offensive line got their ass whooped in that Super Bowl and said, we're going to make some adjustments? Y'all don't think that teams are sitting up here looking. This diagram is the blueprint to winning. You need blocking up front. And the Lions, who have 3 good offensive linemen, need to only add 1 more to complete the damn line. If you got a guy who don't have to look over his shoulder from his left or his right, and you ain't coming up the middle, you can run the ball, you can pass the ball. But if we get caught up in this idea of taking Jamar Chase, of taking the offensive weapon, I'm telling you, be prepared to see much of the same. You wonder why you hated Stafford? Started the offensive line. The best offensive lineman that Stafford ever had prior to Frank Ragnow and prior to freaking Taylor Decker was Jeff Backus and Dominic Raiola. We had Rob Sands for a little bit, but y'all not going to tell me Rob Sands was that big of a difference. Right? Let's be honest about this. This diagram is up for a reason. Put whoever you want there. Option A is Jared Goff, and let's say you got Slater or Sewell. If you got Slater or Sewell on that line, you can throw the ball to whoever you want. But when you got anybody on that line, which they got 3 pieces of that line, and if I'm a defensive coordinator and I know that the strong side of y'all team is the left, I'm gonna light your ass up on the right. Just gonna tear you up. Blitz is up the middle and off the edge on the right. Who over there to stop it? Excuse me. Right? This diagram is the blueprint. The trades that have occurred are more proof positive that the Lions need to be prepared to add an offensive lineman. See, this is the thing. I said earlier that there's nothing the Lions can do to mess this pick up, but there is something the Lions can do to make the pick better, to guarantee that the pick makes so much sense that it's hard to judge them on, even if it goes wrong. This is the answer. So, for all the people out there who want Parsons, look at this diagram. For all the people who want Pitts and Jamar Chase as their first option, look at this diagram. For all the people who want the quarterback, as their first option, look at the diagram. Because it's clear to me on how this thing works. Option B is Super Bowl with Patrick Mahomes versus the Tampa Bay Bucks. Option A was the Bucks having blocking up front to do what they want against a defense who couldn't touch the quarterback. It just makes sense to me. And the only reason I ain't putting no comments up is because I need y'all to focus in on this damn diagram. Now, the guy who wrote this and came up with this is a writer for the Bengals. But he understanding that there's no other option for the Bengals than taking a tackle. I argue that there's no other option for the Lions than taking the tackle. And if for some reason that both of those tackles are off the board and you cannot trade that pick and you're stuck there, I'm still telling you to take a damn offensive lineman. I'm just telling you. You have to be prepared to complete the trifecta. The offensive line is at the foundation of the trifecta of an offense. Run, pass, and protection. And without protection, you can't run. You can't pass. And we got so many people who say it. Now, Ramona New Age says, are you saying take Jenkins at 7? Yep. You have to create protection. And when you take a tackle to complete the line, you're not saying that I'm building it for Jared Goff. You're saying that I'm building it for whoever comes here. If Jared Goff gets hurt and now Tim Boyle's got to be the quarterback and he got a good offensive line, do you think we can still do it? The problem with people is this. We get caught up into mainstream media subscriptions. I'm saying people saying, oh, that's a reach. Okay. So let's say we don't take him at 7. Let's say we take Jamar Chase. And now he's gone in the first round. And we don't pick again until close to early second. What tackle are we taking? Y'all tell me. We reaching, right? That's all we're talking about here, right? Is we reaching. They said the Raiders reached on Colin Farrell, whatever his name is, from Clemson. He doing okay. When are you going to get this tackle? Who are you going to get that's going to be this tackle? Just saying. Just saying. We got redundancy. Okay, let me just go through and play devil's advocate. Okay. Let's go through and play devil's advocate. This is why I enjoy this conversation, people, because it gives me a chance to think and it gives you a chance to think. So I'm on NFL.com and NFL.com has listed all of the team's quarterback needs. Okay. And I just happened to take note of what they said. Okay. And let's just go through and look at some of these teams. All right. Because we're only talking about what are their needs. Right. We're not talking about anything else other than their notable needs. Now watch this. How many teams you think need offensive line help? Let's start with that. The Texans. They're not in the first, right? They need offensive line help. You think Kansas City done adding offensive line help? You think Dallas don't need offensive line help? Let's go through the needs. We're just going to go through the needs. Because to me, the needs have to find a means. And if you're telling me that majority of these people are not going to need any type of offensive line help, or the chance of them taking an offensive line help in favor over a receiver in a draft that's loaded to the back end with receivers, I'm telling you that's just not true. But let's take a look at it, though. You think Vegas ain't looking at offensive line help? Miami at 18 ain't looking at offensive line help? Pittsburgh, Seattle. They're not looking at offensive line help. Jacksonville. I'm just asking. Because at some point, we're going to have to be honest about this. We're going to be honest about this. The only time a pick is a reach is when they're not good. That's it. That's it. That's the only time they're a reach. I don't believe in this view of draft positioning. I believe in you getting the talent. And to me, the talent needs to meet the means. We have needs all over this team, so it's not much they can do to get it wrong. But if you can't trade down and you decide to go out and get Jamar Chase, now I got to wait to the second round to see what's left for offensive linemen. Or they decide to let Crosby play right tackle and Big V guard. I'm telling you, they're going to light their ass up from the right. Hands down. It's what I would do. That's what I would do. This diagram is our blueprint, people. It's simple. Your quarterback with good protection throwing the ball to anybody, or your quarterback with anybody at protection to throw your ball to the best players. We have seen option B already. Y'all forget the Calvin Johnson era? We've had the Matthew Stafford, Calvin Johnson era. We had Calvin Johnson before then. What we ain't never had is protection. We've never had that. We've never had that. When's the last time you heard somebody say, oh, man, I remember that great offensive line the Detroit Lions had? When's the last time you heard that? I'll wait. Wake me up in about 30 years. Okay? You have opportunity to completely change your outcome of your team by doing the opposite. And that's building an offensive line. That's what you have to do. That's exactly what you have to do. Even if you move Jackson over the right guard, which is something that Normans like to say, move Jackson over the right guard, put Big V at left. What's the point of having a good right guard if your tackle is ass? We've seen that outcome already. Y'all forget the Lakeland Tomlinson? I can go to some other more recent ones if you like. Rick Wagner. Let me keep going. What's the point? You have to understand that the moment you start putting anybody at the offensive line to focus on superstars at other positions, you're option B. You're option B. Buffed up say that old line ain't selling no merchandise or tickets, though. I don't care. And neither is losing. But if you got an old line who can block and get you some more wins, this is how you get it done. Now, on a more lighter note, let me get to some other stuff. Obviously, this is the draft order. That's not what I wanted to show you. This is the list of all the helmets that have been sent to Barry Sanders. All of them that are been made by the fans. And so I personally wanted you to look at this long and hard, because there's some things in here that I would love to see on the Lions helmet, starting with that color palette right there. That's a nice color palette. Or this color palette right there. Or give me my Honolulu and blue helmet right there. Okay? I like how these little streaks look in this helmet. But my question is to you is to look long and hard. Look long and hard at this picture. Oh, you know what? My bad. I'm still on the diagram. Y'all got to forgive me. There we go. Can you see that now? Much better. This one right here, I love the way that silver looks. That paint job on that helmet looks beautiful. Right? I love the way the paint job on this helmet looks. All this metallic stuff, I don't really too much care for it, but I do like that this one is the black with the blue right here. So you got to kind of look at it. Right back here, if you really look back here, this is a scary one because you're talking about a black helmet that's it's like almost a metallic black with the metallic blue lion trimmed in white. Oh, and silver, bro. That looks sick. Look at that. That looks sick. I like this color right here, this color, this color. Obviously, that's the logo. And I like these little weird lines on this color right here. But this is a picture that Barry posted on Twitter and added the lines on saying that I've gotten every type of design helmet. And he wants to see a black helmet like that one back there with the metallic blue lion on a black helmet. He also likes this white one back here with the metallic blue lion and trimmed in black and silver. So, to have fun with this, my question is to you, take a good, long, hard look at this. Of all these helmets, which one stand out to you? To kind of help you understand my order, I'm going to do it in the best way possible. From left to right, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do this whole little section 5, 6, and 7. So this whole little section back here will be 6. We just make this 6 back here. That's all 5. That's 4, 3, 2, 1. Which one y'all like the most out of all those? Or maybe y'all like something different. Because they're obviously going to change their uniform. And they're going to change the look. Which one jump out to y'all? That black and blue one in the back. That do look nice, Kedrick. I ain't gonna lie. 6 and 9. Look, he say, I'm with you on that, Hungry Panda. It's some stuff going on here that got me like, yo, this is beautiful. 3 and 6. Demetrius Wicklife. I hope I said that right. Welcome to the show. It says, which one has superpowers to help us win? Let's just say that sometimes when you look good, you play good. So that's Dion saying. If you look good, you feel good, you play good. I'm just saying, right now, I'm going to give it to you again so you can kind of see it. 1 is right here. That's 2. This would be 3 in it right here. That's 4. I'm going to give this whole little section 5. This whole section 5. This, you know what? Can I zoom this up? Yes, I can. This is the one Barry likes the most. You see that? That black with the silver and the blue on it. And then he likes this white one with the metallic lion and the silver trim. So you got options, people. Which one that's down to you? Because that black and blue do look dope. I ain't gonna lie. That black and blue got my spirit doing something different. I mean, seriously. He say, okay, Cap Ice Cold say 1. Luke sound like the turn on auto-tune. Luke sound like he turned on auto-tune. It must have glitched or something when I was moving the thing around. My bad. Luke be like, helmet. Yeah, that one nice. I can see it now. All right, let me see. That carbon fiber is dope. All right, let me go back. We gonna look at them. This is another one I thought was dope. Oh, wait, I'm going too far. You see this? You see how they got that carbon fiber with the blue lion on it and the metallic blue stripe going over the back with the metallic face mask right there? That looked dope as shit too. Like this, I don't really like this shiny. I don't really like this. I feel like this one of them Puff Daddy take that outfit look colors. I don't like that super shiny thing right there. But that black one look nice. I do like the designs on this one. Now keep in mind these are all made by fans that send them to them. But man, and I just realized this one got the silver stripe coming around the back. So you got some options there. Let me go over here. Look at this one a little closer. Why did they put the old logo on there? Like, it was about to be like a throwback retro. I don't know why they put the old logo. We done with animal crackers around here. Why they do that? I do like the pattern though, but this silver one look dope. This silver one, the Lion King is what they calling it. See, I'm peeping this stuff out. It's amazing what you can do when you zoom in. And this one right here, I like this one. That pattern. But now that I think about it, I think Barry might be right. I think that's it. I think this is it. Barry might be right. The more I'm looking at these helmets, y'all tell me. Barry might be right. What's the white dot on the lion logo? The white dot on the lion logo? Let me go back and look at it. What white dot? Right here? That's how they made the distinction for it to look like a lion. That's what you're talking about. Let me see. Even these in the back, even though it's a matted black, I don't like because it's matted. And if you're gonna do that matted black, I would kind of want something a little bit different. I'm really starting to think this is it. This is the one. This has to be it. That because you can freak this out a number of ways. You can leave it that color with that same skin. You could put the blue stripe right there. I don't know, people. I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Looks like Duke's helmets. It do. But the Lion's trying to get a new look. I like the blue metallic lion. True. I'm over the Honolulu blue for real. That's what I'm saying. I went through the history of every Lions uniform. We have always had a silver freaking helmet. Unless you go back to the Leatherhead days, we always had that silver helmet. And I'm like, why not get an all like Honolulu blue helmet or a all black helmet or something else? Meg Thomas says new helmets. No, so here's what it is. Barry Sanders. I would probably have to zoom out. Oh, you know what? I can do it like this. Barry Sanders showed a picture of all the fan-made helmets he have received over the years. This is just a small portion of them. And he sent this in a Twitter remark to the Lions as, look, there's some good ideas here that we can go off of. He personally likes this one in the back, this black one with the metallic on it. So he likes this one. That's the one he rock with right there. So he likes this one. He likes that metallic lion, and he likes that white. He would like for this part right here to be silver, because you see it right now, it's like a blackish gray. And then right here is a black streak, which he's saying, he likes this. If you keep it this hard gray with the black, that's cool for him. I personally think they can do it better by putting a silver streak here or a blue streak here and doing it. But these are two that he liked the most. Obviously, these are other ones that have been sent by fans. I know I like this one a lot because it's that fiber carbon look with the blue streak, and it goes all the way to the face mask with the lion. But I think you would have to change the lion to be just as metallic as this lion right here. So, but I think this is dope. This one, I like the color pattern because it is a weird looking blue silver looking thing, but I don't like this lion with that look. So, but I like how they put that silver streak right here on the back. So we just showing you what he showed, and I want y'all to pin that in order to have a little bit of fun with it, because the Lions is gonna do it. And now you can go to Twitter and look at the. Ooh, I didn't even realize this one right here. Ooh, snap! I'm sorry, people. This little blue right here, this looks too much like Tennessee colors though. Like they would have to do something different with this and do something with this lion. I think I'm just in love with the metallic lion at this point. Like maybe I'm tripping, but just want to show you. So that's what we're doing. Those helmets will make us get tackled harder. The Lions need a new badass uniform. Let's start something new. Let me put this up here. Yu-Gi-Oh! Rex. It came in with the death drop. Let me see. Change to blue altogether. Okay. I'm going through hitting on some of y'all comments so I can see what's popping. I like the blue metallic line. I do too. I'm over the Honolulu blue for real, 100%. Okay. We have lived option B for 30 years. Well, if you get an offensive tackle, you can fix option B. The dark color ones look more fearless. I agree, Don Burr. They just do. Even though Demetrius say it looks like Duke helmets, which I'm okay with. Real Detroit Lions fans, what's good? Let me see. Let me keep going. Bring back the black unis. Matt Miller was ahead of his time on that. I liked the black uniforms. Some people say they hated them. Boy, you got too many tabs open. Yes, sir. That's how I keep up with everything, because we're finna talk about some of them other tabs. All right. Let's jump into these other tabs. This is a poll that has been done. I don't know if y'all can see this number, so I'm going to try my best to make it bigger. People. 1,485 people have voted that we should select Jamar Chase as the first pick at 7. 73 voted Jalen Waddles. 82 said Devontae Smith. 720 said Kyle Pitts. 425 said Justin Fields. 207 said other. I wanted to show you this poll because all of these people are wrong. I'm just going to be honest. What is it with our fan base and they love affair with freaking receivers? The fact that he was able to put 4, because I count Kyle Pitts as a receiver, 4 receivers on there, 1 quarterback, and then other. Come on, man. We should have had way higher numbers at other. Way higher numbers. What is our infatuation with receivers, people? Somebody help me make it make sense. Why are we so damn infatuated with receivers? Why? Look at these numbers. They put a poll out, and our fan base basically jumped in there. Look at the percentages. Look at this. 7% say other. 7% say other. Is that Facebook? Nope. That's on Pride of Detroit. I just want y'all to see these numbers. They put 4 receivers in a quarterback, and other gets the least amount. All the like we need offensive line help bad. We need safety help bad, right? Now, Demetrius make a good point. They looking for the next Calvin. Why? We didn't win nothing with him. Stop trying to find the next Calvin and look for the next team to be built for winning. Like, I don't understand this. Lions fans be like, wide receiver fast, like, choo choo. I'm telling you, bro. we have an infatuation with receivers. They feel like we can get the best receiver on the board. Sometimes it's not about getting the best person on the board. We got the best DN on the board in free agency in Trey Flowers. That's worked out great. We got the best slot corner in Justin Coleman on the free agency board. That's worked out great. Come on. Come on. We got the best quarterback in 2009. First overall. And most fans will tell you because they hate him, that didn't work out great. I disagree, but I'm making the point. How in the hell is only 7% of us going with other? It don't make sense. I'm with you on this. I'm with you. He say they didn't want the same old Lions, but want the same old Lions fans make me upset. Preach. We got to go to another poll. These polls tell me stuff. Those same people voted, and now here's a poll on how many games will the Lions win this season. 835 said they'll win more than 5. 307 said they'll win less than 5. 17%, which is 238 votes, said they'll get exactly 5 wins. This number, 61%, that say more than 5, is very telling, especially when you think that most of them want a damn receiver. How does this get you over 5 wins in this draft? If this draft didn't have no other receivers, I'd be like, do it. Do it, hands down, do it. Again, keep in mind, I'm not going to kill them on anything they do this season because they need it all. But stay with me. How does this help you get to 61% of the votes of more than 5? How? Tell me, where's the logic at in this? Where? I just don't. I'm trying to make sense of it. Charles Rogers was the best on the board. Roy Williams was arguably the best on the board. Yikes. I can't make this stuff up. I can't make this up. Tokyo, we already talked about that. Top of the show. We can snatch good receiver talent in the later rounds. We need muscle in front of our young running backs. You want to come on the show so you can tell them what I've been saying for a while? You want to come on? I'm just saying. Yeah, I bring you on. You tell them what I've been saying. You got Jamal Williams, Kerryon Johnson, and DeAndre Swift. Who they running behind? You got a chance to sit up there and secure your line. Even if you take Slater and you say, Slater, we're gonna have you play center. Or I don't know. Let's say we're gonna have you play guard. We'll move this guy over. You got options. At least you can run the ball behind that. You will have 4 of the 5 linemen complete. 4 of the 5. But 61% somehow, some way, believe that we're winning more than 5 games. My question to you, gentlemen and ladies, I know y'all in here. How many games? Put it in the chat. How many games do you get the Lions winning this season? Are you a part of that 61% where it's more than 5? Are you a part of the 22% believe we're going to win less than 5 games? Who can look at this team and think that we got worse? I'm going to show you how crazy this is. They did a poll ranking all the teams. The Lions was rated 31. Texans were rated 32. And after the Lions did what they did in free agency in the trade, they got bumped to 30. Now, you may be saying, Luke, that's not a big difference. It's not a huge change. Who cares if they got bumped to that? I care. Because that means even with what we did, somebody saw it and said, I see the vision. I see the plan. And they cannot be the worst team. Whereas in other past articles, they said we were the worst team in there. His name is D's Nuts. That's crazy. The Lions helmet is killer. All right, Lions fans in a nutshell. I'm just trying to figure this out. What do y'all got? Let me see what we got. Let's see what the people talking about. Jalen Bradford, 4 games. Okay. 6-10. Remember, it's 17 weeks. So 6-11. Blue Jay Stars maybe 405. Okay, so y'all two would be in the 22%. Let's see. I say 6 or 10. You win in 61%. 11 if they draft a tackle. Your win total goes up off of that move alone because I know that you're opening up the run game. Looney Tunes 4 to 7 games in my range. Okay, 8 wins. I'm with you, Go Lions. I think we get 8. 8 or more. 7. It says, oops, I forgot. 17 games starting the season, so 6-11. Yep. So far I'm at 7. Depending on draft and free agency, could be more. That's still not bad. I don't think you out of the range, Randall. I think we'll be around that area. I think you right it. Golf and Chase would be a defensive nightmare. Okay, here we go. I'm back, people. Hold on. Y'all make me do this stuff. He said Goff and Chase would be a defensive nightmare. Here's the diagram for the Bengals, because we talking about defensive nightmares. Option A is Jared Goff with a tackle throwing the ball to anybody. And option B is Jared Goff with anybody blocking and Chase. You see the difference? You see the difference? You really think at this point, this is what we should be doing? No. I'm good on that. Finish my line so I can run the damn ball. That's all I'm looking for. We got a couple of speed receivers and a Pro Bowl tight end with running backs that can catch, and that's who we throw to. When you want to come on the show, okay? 8 to 9 wins from Chris Wallace. I need him on the show too. I need people on the show who can see the vision. Swift ran pretty good with the line we have now. Just saying, I still want Slater or Sewell as well. He ran pretty well, and that was in a limited role. But now you brought in Jamal Williams, and Jamal Williams didn't run behind this line. I can make an argument that the line he ran behind was better. And so now I'm looking at it from the standpoint that how do you complement 3 different running backs with 3 different styles? You build a line. How do you help a quarterback who's really good on play action? You create the run game. How do you do that? You build a line. How do you keep the quarterback feeling like he's comfortable and don't get shell shocked? Because he didn't have that problem with the Rams. You build the line. We got 6 and 10. Let me see. I want to keep going. Hit on y'all stuff. The Hook Mike, shout out to you, sir. He says, Luke. Every time I come on their show with Mike, Eric, and Cam, it's a ball, and I enjoy the hell out of them. These men know they sports. Y'all need to go over there and check them out and subscribe to the Hook Cam, the Hook Eric, and you'll see Mike over there. We did one. I feel like it was that Saturday. I think that was, or maybe it was Thursday. It's one of them days, and we just talked and had a good old time. So y'all would definitely want to see that. Bottom Line View said he thinks the Lions were the worst roster in the NFL. I told him it was lazy. It was lazy take, and thought the Lions were going to be good with Patricia was the coach. Huh. When did he say that, Steve-O? I rock with Mitch. When did Mitch say that? So if he said that, I gotta find that. Like, Mitch, what you was talking about, bro? what was going on, bro? Which part are we talking about? 7 to 10. I hate the 17 game season. I only think records that add up to 16 games. I only like records that add up to 16 games. All right. 2 and 14, Crimson Shadow. Really? Okay. Shit, that's crazy. It says our franchise is already more like Patricia, boy. Bottom Line View just butthurt because he was going to Super Bowl damn near last year. Everyone that was using winning 7 games or more to put your money on it, Vegas. I was going to get into that. You beat me to it. Vegas has us over under at 5. I was going to get into that, One Funky Lion fan. That was another one of the tabs I was going to jump into, which is Vegas basically got us at 5 wins, and I'm telling you to take the over. I'm telling you all day, take the over. If you're not sure where them wins going to come, I'm going to show you. Take the over. Everybody forget the quarterback movement and how they are going to stay healthy. Hey, I'm just saying. Let me see what else we got in here. I'm going to get down to all of them. 9 wins, number 9 love. Mitch always defended New England, guys. Let's see. Look at his win-loss video. I'm going to go check it out. I'm going to hit Mitch up and be like, we got to talk. Mitch, we got to talk. Jamal Williams is my favorite player right now. That dude got juice for the whole squad. And you want to make that juice spread even further? Get an O-line. Demetrius says 8 or 9 wins easy. I agree, Demetrius. I see 8 or 9 wins as well. Mars Atlanta said, it don't matter how many games we win. I want to see the culture change. If we have a great culture, I can see us winning a playoff game this year. I'm with you. I think you're already seeing the culture change. You know, the word on the streets is it's fun to be here. This guy likes you. And previous people, the word on the streets was he's batshit crazy. Luke Miche has us taking Sewell. I don't know if I've seen that. I think the last time I saw his 2-round draft for the Lions, he had us taking a receiver and linebacker in the second round. And the only person I saw that had us taking a lineman and Slater was on the Draft Network, not the Draft Network, Pro Football Network. But if he's starting to understand that now, then good for him. He said 2 to 5 wins for the Lions. Ouch. For this season, Steve-O? Shit, now I got to go over there and look at it. I got too many notifications on. There's just way too many feelings on this team, and I can't see Goff keeping up with that pool patch defense. See, that's the problem. I think you can fix a lot of that this year. You got to keep in mind, we went through the first wave of free agency. Now we're going to go through the draft. Then you're going to go through the undrafted free agents. Then you're going to go through the roster cut players. This process for building this team is not over. The Lions' schedule is difficult, 9 to 8 all day. It's only difficult based on when they play a team. I remember I got chewed out for saying we was going to beat Kansas City. And I told people, a game like that is going to be played early. And if it's played early, we will win the game. Well, we almost won, but we lost. And my logic is certain games I can almost predict if they're going to be earlier in the season or later. So, like, to me, there are certain games like the Browns that I think will be played in the first half of the season. And then there's going to be games like those games that are more like prime time where people are really stuck in the house that's going to be pushed back. So you got to look at that part of it and see it. Let me see what else we got popping. I wish I was old enough to bet. I would bet the over if I was you, if you was. Winning is a culture change. That's facts. Zach J says, out of all of these 1-year prove-it deals, who do you think might actually be back next year? Whoever proves it. See, that's the thing. I'm not making no predictions on that, Zach, because I want to see them play. They got to make me a believer, and I'm a huge skeptic. So they got to make me a believer that they can make this change. Speaking of which, y'all can ask me any questions y'all want. That is open. But, they got to make me a believer. So I don't want to give you a prediction on it, but they're going to have to prove it themselves. I want to see the energy before, during, and after the game. Okay, I see what you're saying. Are they intense and ready to play? I get it. He made a new one. Oh, I got to go check it out, One Pride. Like I told you, that trade means that the Lions are now going to be sitting up there with both of the tackles possibly on the board. Possibly. It really boils down to the Bengals. And the Bengals, I think, should take one of those tackles. And if they do, then you as a Lion still get one of the top 2 or 3 tackles. You can't lose it. Hire Matt Patricia as defensive coordinator. No. You can't even bring him back to the city. He can't even come here for vacations. As soon as he comes for have you seen our fan base in this damn state? Oh my God. Did you hear the stories Matt Millen said he went to a restaurant with his family and didn't even want to eat because he was afraid that they were going to spit in his food. This is not no game. You think Matt Patricia could come? Boy, don't do that to him. Don't do that to him. You trying to set Matt Patricia up. He can't come back. Got to wait till the final roster before I predict wins and losses. I respect that. The Hook Mike, don't sleep on Justin Field coming to Detroit. Mike, where you at? You want to come on? No, Mike. No, they're not going to do that. I'm going to tell you why they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that is because they would have to rate him higher than Zach Wilson, and they don't. They just don't. And so at that point, I don't see it happening. Which, by the way, Mike, if you remember, I told you that if I was New England, if I was New England, I would have called up the Jets and be like, what you want for Darnold? Now he over there in Carolina. New England missed their opportunity. Just saying. I'm going to make my prediction after the draft. Okay. We are currently very deep at wide receiver and slot receiver spots. We have a slower receiver now with Galladay and Jones are gone. That's why I don't see a reason for us to take a receiver at this point. But that 61% represents that we're going to get more than 5 wins. And I think that they are right. And if I'm a betting man, I'm taking the over. Our coaching staff will figure this out. If they don't, what they say they doing, they're going to have to figure out something. When was the last time we beat the Seahawks? Damn, that's a good question. It's been a while. I feel like the last time we beat them, they had Sean Alexander at running back. I really do. The Rams game might be primetime. It is. It is going to be a primetime game because it's Stafford coming back to a team that he played for 12 years. They're going to make sure they get that one in. That one's going to be, I think, in the second half of the season or right around the mid part of the season, in my opinion. Left on our wide receivers are faster than Galladay and Jones. If we take a tackle in the first, we taking a receiver in the second? No. Listen, if you take a tackle in the first, you take a receiver in rounds 3 or 4. You took Galladay in the 3rd round. It worked out great. Antonio Brown took it in the 5th. It worked out great. Right? Like, you can find receiver talent in the later rounds. You don't have to go crazy like this. So, because this receiving class is deep, and it's going to get even deeper as this draft gets pushed down further. So you're going to have options to get talent at receiver. You don't know. It should go tackle, safety, or linebacker in the second. Then receiver, because you got 2/3, receiver. And if you took a linebacker in the second, safety in the third, receiver and safety. If you took a safety in the second, then linebacker and receiver in the third. And in the fourth, because just how I'm viewing it, in the fourth, I would then add a cornerback. And then coming around to our 5th round pick, I would just look at it and say, okay, who can I add that gives me more value, right? And if that be a receiver, if that be a D tackle, then I'll add the D tackle. But you cannot go, receiver is not that high up our board for needs. It's just not. Delusional Lion fans, you really are delusional. Steve-O is crazy. I wonder how many primetime games we getting. I'm gonna predict 2. I'm gonna do 2. I do pray they prove me wrong. What up, though, chat? Luke, hey, what's going on with JGB? Khalif Radman over Perriman and Williams. Khalif is supposed to be like our kick and punt return guy. Quintez Cephas is supposed to be like our Robert Woods Cooper Kupp. I think they add one more receiver just for the hell of it. And then you'll look and see them, because receivers are easy to find. Just, I hate to say it to y'all this way. Sorry. Let me see. Luke, guys don't do research at all. They know it's Pitts, Chase, Waddle, Smith, because that's what ESPN or Mel Kiper Jr. told them. Again, you're right, Don Burr. And this is basically people who are subscribing to mainstream media's rhetoric. Don't do that. Go and look at, listen, it's a receiver right now in Louisville. I want to say his name is Atu Edward. I'm probably botching his name. Y'all know I suck at this. But the boy can play. He can play. It's another dude at Arkansas. He like 6'6". He can play. It's receivers at BYU that can play. There are people who can play. This receiver thing is not that serious. Cephas is slow. How fast you think Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods is? Can he catch and run routes? That's all we asking. Can he get open? Y'all got to learn that football does not play with speed. If football was played with speed, the teams who are faster will win more often. They just don't. Technique wins. Speed don't do crap. Go ask John Ross. He don't do crap. That's what I'm saying. Tremont Terry can ball. Tutu Atwell. That's his name, Steve-O. Thank you. Steve-O and Looney Tunes. These are receivers who can ball. Terry look like he's a freaking tank. We ain't got to sit there and panic and take a receiver so early in this process. You can get a receiver all the way down to your 4th round if you wanted to. Casey Thompson, Texas quarterback 2023 for the Lions. We probably won't be picking that high, unfortunately, for that dream. Bruh, for real, can we get Luke something to help him be able to pronounce names? Bruh, I suck at it. I've been this way my whole life, bro. I think what it is I don't get too caught up in people's names as much as I try to remember faces and stuff like that. I don't know why. Like I can remember face. I'll never forget a face or physical features. But when it comes to names, I'll scrap that. I remember numbers like birthdays and stuff like that because most of the jobs I have ever had in life evolved around numbers. You know, so I never really cared to understand or care about the names. Sorry. Besides, in 2021, some of these names are getting ridiculous. Like I remember when Michael was just a simple spelling, like everybody spelled it just like Michael Jackson. Before Michael Jackson was spelled Michael, it was always the same. Now I've seen Michael spelled like M-I hyphen. like I've seen it all, bro. So I don't even try to. I don't. Delusional Lion fan says we got to get Rosetta Stone for Luke something, bro. I'm sorry. I like Jonathan Adams Jr. and Tremaine Terry. Like I said, Jack Frost, there's options. Let me get to my next point. I want to get to my next point, and then I don't want to keep nobody too long, you know. If you was wondering where we were picking, obviously these are the numbers. So I just kind of wanted to bring it to your attention. The Lions obviously got the 7th overall pick, then they picked 41. So great. I didn't realize how early we picked in the 3rd, but that's because of the Rams pick, I believe. I think our 3rd pick is kind of swapped, if I'm not mistaken, how I read earlier. And then we got that 4th pick at 112, then at 153. So why did I bring this up? Okay. I brought this up because I really believe that y'all might have to be able to say goodbye to at least 2 of these picks because I think they use this to trade back into the 2nd or back into the 1st. I just think they do. As I go through and I look at it, it becomes more apparent to me that the Lions are not willing to sit. They're going to be aggressive in getting the players that they want. And I think you're going to see a situation now where, you know, you're talking about making decisions based on what's there. If you pick at 7, then you pick at 41, and the 2nd round start off at pick 33. Let's just be honest. What is really going to be left for you to get? What are you going to be looking at? And then you got to play that role. Your next pick don't come until 72. They finna make some moves. They trying to get their draft over with and get themselves in position to knock out a lot of stuff. Now, Steve-O makes a very beautiful point. I love this point right here. I would rather get 4 impact players than 10 that ride the bench. That's just the reality of it. And I think they're going to look at that. One Prowl 40 says, so we picking Cox or Jamin Davis at 41? Who says it got to be Cox or Davis? It could be a safety. It could be Bolton. It could be Brownie. It's a number of options. Who said it got to be one of them 2? You gotta think outside the box. Don't try to put a name to it. Think of the position. Think of the position. The position is going to tell you. So, do I see it taking a linebacker? Yes, but it don't have to be Davis or Cox. There are other linebackers in here. I can even see them doing something crazy enough where New England decides to trade out into the 2nd round and they give up one of them 3rds in the 2nd and some picks in next year's draft for them to move up to 15 and they get a guy like Jock. I can see that happening. But what I also look at is the fact that the gaps in between how far it is before we pick again. And that's just the reality of it. My man Smitty in the building. Smitty say, how do we know that one of those first rounders in 2021 and 2022 aren't going to be traded in the coming days? And that's my point. It's very possible they can use that mortgage to come. But I also think that there's no way for us to know if they're going to do that or not. One prior, if we don't move up, they should use 41 to grab a linebacker. I think it's going to be linebacker or safety in a second. Now, if you go through and you look at depth, again, it's a lot of safeties that you can get. Depends on how you want to go with it. And the linebackers, I think the linebackers probably got a nice deep class, but I think it's more safeties than linebackers. I probably will go safety in a second or linebacker. Either way I go, I'm not gonna kill him either way. Carrion went from underrated player to running back that has to block with a knee brace. That's rough. Off topic, Luke, did you see Godzilla versus King Kong? I did. I enjoyed that kind of arena of film, and so I don't want to spoil it for anybody, so I'm going to leave it alone. Steve-O's thoughts on Josh Palmer. Sheesh, Smith, let me see. Safety at 72, like my guy Gillespie, I think he'll be gone. I think Gillespie will be gone before that third round hit. It's a few teams that I've already targeted. See, I'm looking at stuff different because I'm trying to figure out what are the possibilities. I think he'll be gone before then. I'm so glad draft is this month. I'm tired of talking about it. You and me both. I wish I could. I got some film studies I got to do, live version film studies, and I'm trying to knock all them out. So it's been a lot. Let me see who else we got coming on. Let me see. This right here is 100% facts from Chris Wallace. Come on, y'all, get them likes up. I'm trying my best to give y'all a show every single day, and so I don't take money or anything. I don't ask for it or anything. I just ask for y'all to come in, be a part of the conversation. Let's talk football and have fun. So appreciate it. Earl Thomas' name fell off the map. Well, after that last incident he had, and he older, and he gave a middle finger while being carted off the field to the head coach in the sideline. Yeah, it's a lot of people who saw that and said, yeah, I'm good. Now, it's going to be a team who don't mind taking on that attitude to add them to the fold and saying, okay, we need somebody because somebody hurt or something like that. But I think with Earl Thomas, it's just a matter that he's gotten older. He's had a few injuries, and his attitude has been messed up. And I think he had that most recent incident with his wife in which he had a gun pull on him. So, I'm just saying. Maybe definitely question what happened to all those Lions fans that was on the bandwagon of Greedy Williams. What has he done? Well, let's go look at it. let's go. Listen, I don't think I ever got more hated messages than I did for that Greedy Williams thing, boy. I'm talking about. I think the only one that outdid that was the Okuda video. And listen, I'm going to just leave it alone. A lot of those people are missing. It was a lot of Greedy Williams fans, a lot of Ed Oliver fans, a lot of Montez Sweat fans. Greedy Williams looks like he sat out last year. He played his first year, and it's probably good he sat out that last year. He had, let me see, interceptions? None. How many games he played? 12. Pass deflects? 2. Nothing. And then you had the audacity to sit out last year. Okay. Nothing. So, yeah, I mean, bruh, I ask these questions all the time. Where y'all at? Maybe hiding. Exactly, y'all. 70 people, 20 likes. Hit that like button. Appreciate you, Don Burr. Let me see. Any more questions y'all got before I bounce up out of here? I got a good quote today. That junk was hitting different when I heard it. I said, ooh, I like that. That was what I'm talking about. So, I mean, y'all tell me, man. Y'all got them questions? Roll them up in there. All right, let me see. Let me go on down here. Let me see. Milton Williams, Louisiana Tech. Milton Williams. Shit. Number, please. I said that one right, JGB. I said Milton Williams right. Just, don't hate on me. You're a scout. It says you're a scout in my eyes, Funky. Funky do be finding some. Funky and Steve-O literally always tell me about people. Oh, and Detroit's on Big Wheel. They always send me players, and I'd be like, okay, I see it. Makes sense to me. Would you swap for a strong picks with the Eagles to acquire 2 third-round picks this year? So you mean moving from 7 to 12? So I move from 7 to 12 and I get 2 extra thirds? So I get 12 and 2. No, I don't like that. Eagles gotta give me something else. Eagles gotta give me a player or something. I don't like that. I feel like I can get more. I didn't want Greedy, but didn't he get hurt? He did. Still played 12 games. Sat out the last year, I think. Sounds like a Pro Bowler. I love Ed Oliver, but he didn't fit Patricia, and I wanted and knew TJ would fit. Yep. Makes sense. Ed Oliver has a whopping 3 sacks. 100%. Delusional Lion fan says, appreciate you, Luke. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me, man. Let me see. Luke, I'm sorry. I'm normally agreeing with you, but this hyper focus on position, especially in the first round, just plain wrong. If you do not believe me, just look at what Brad said. Best player available. I know what he said. I know exactly what he said. But who's better than taking Sewell or Slater? Chase is not better. It's not a better offer or prospect than taking Slater or Sewell. Why? Because of this diagram, right? Because this diagram it says it all. You know we usually rock, but the truth is this diagram say it. You can have the Chase. Who the hell is blocking for your quarterback? You can have Joe Burrow, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning. Who blocking for him? I could throw to anybody. Everybody talk about Kansas City. You got Tyreek Hill's the household name. They had a bunch of drafted receivers that he just threw to. Good coaching, good protection, and you just throw the ball. But the moment that offensive line got their ass whooped, they dumped 3 of them and added some more talent. Now, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that the best player available needs to be one that makes sense too. That's all I'm saying. Let me see what we got over here. I'll make sure I don't miss nothing. All right, good people. Let me get up out of here. All right, let me do this. Time for me to get that positive quote. I appreciate you all for being with me, rocking with me. If you have not hit that like or subscribe button, please do so. If you are hold on, let me do this really quick. I'm gonna answer this question. What do you think our final pick will be if we trade down? If we went receiver first, they're going to go linebacker, then they'll go safety, and I think our last pick will probably be a defensive lineman. Just based on what I'm looking at in terms of the need and what they got. Like, they may feel okay with moving Big V over to guard and Carsby at tackle. I wouldn't, but they may. We're gonna find out. He said we're gonna see him trip over his feet. Let me see. Luke, what you think the focus will be in 2022? That's gonna be determined by what the quarterback who's the future, aka Jared Goff, do. If Jared Goff don't play well and we're picking high, then quarterback's gonna be the pick. If Jared Goff plays well, then our first pick is defense. So just putting it out there. Today's positive quote comes from Dr. Hakeem. Now, y'all may be saying to yourself, who in the hell is Dr. Hakeem? Dr. Hakeem is the book of love from the video game It Takes Two. Yes, I did just quote a damn video game character because what he said was powerful, and I enjoyed every bit of it. And if you are looking for a video game to play with your children or to play with your loved ones or whatever, It Takes Two is well worth it. I'm even promoting the game just because I had so much fucking fun playing it. It's amazing. But what is the special quote from Mr. Dr. Hakeem in the book of love that he said? He says to them, and it's so eloquently put, you wasn't born to be perfect. You was born to be you. See, some of y'all is spending too much time trying to be something you're not. trying to be perfect, trying to get it right. You make a mistake and it's got to be a problem with you, but you're just not willing to be you. Being you is important. Being you is powerful. Being you is the only thing that lets people know if you're real or not. When you be somebody else, that means you got to keep up with a lie. And keeping up with a lie is too much damn work. It's too hard. It's too challenging. There's no need for it. You can't win in that arena with that type of approach. You see, you wasn't born to do anything other than be you. If you is a garbage man, if you is a rap artist, a musician, a homeowner, a husband, a father, a kid, whatever you are, be you. Be the best version of you. And be nothing else. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I'll be back at it again tomorrow, talking some more Detroit Lions. Please pay attention to this diagram because it's the truth. And and as always, ladies and gentlemen, don't be no chump. Please do your research. I am out.